Welcome back to another episode of the Armchair Pundits podcast. This is the Liverpool post-match review show. And Liverpool are now 13 points clear. Liverpool have won another game. And we now only need 2 more wins before we are officially crowned, Premier League champions for the 20th time. So today I'll go through how I thought the game went. And it'll be a mixed bag because first half was really good in my opinion. Second half, not so good. And we'll touch on whether I thought Slot did a good job today or not. But before I move further forward, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and to smash that notification button. So, we've won 2-1. First half, to be honest, I was impressed with the first half. Quite often we started slowly, and I've said so many times that why did we start so slowly? Why does it take Slot to have to say something at half time for us to get into our groove? But we started with a purpose today. Really fast football. None of this slow stuff that we often do, that we did in the second half. But none of this slow stuff that we often do. And we probably should have scored more than one goal in the first half, I'm being pretty honest. I thought Salah looked really good. He looked like he was trying to celebrate signing that new contract. And may I add, I'm one of those people that's very, very happy that he signed a new contract. We are going to need more than Salah next season, but I'm happy that he's there for us next season and beyond. So today, really good goal that we score. Salah's turn against, what was his name? Stacey, I think his name was, the fullback, or no, Scholes. Thought it was called Scholes. Turns him, runs through, it's a delightful outside the foot pass for Díaz to just tap into empty net. Really happy with that. And then you're sitting there thinking, yeah, we're gonna go on from here, and we're gonna score some more goals. And it looked like we were gonna. But I'm not sure why, I'm not sure what happened, but we just didn't quite do it. So I'll look through the stats of the game, the first half stats, just so we can see not even so much what went wrong, just how things went through the game. So I look at our first half stats. 68% possession. They had 32%. Expected goals for us was 1.34. For them, 0.75. We had 9 shots in total, 4 on target. They had 6 shots in total, 2 on target. But weirdly enough, they had more big chances than we did first half. We had 2, they had 3. They missed all 3 of theirs. We missed 1 of ours. And as you can see from the stats on the screen, it was very much one-way football for us, with them having the odd chance here and there. There was a fantastic save from Alisson, where he takes it off the crossbar from Kudus. I think he literally tips it. If he doesn't get a touch, he probably dips under the crossbar. He gets a touch after blocking the initial shot from one of the midfielders. I think at the time it was probably Soler who was through and goal. But listen, man of the match for me, I'll say it now, because I will say it later on. Alisson. I mean, when we lost last week, I said it. Alisson's in goal last week. We probably don't concede 2 or 3 of those goals. I really do rate Kelleher, but Alisson is levels above him. And he showed it today with his one-on-one stops, with just how good he is at preventing goals. I think the stat for him was 0.41 in terms of goals prevented for him today. So it's just something he does so well. So happy with that. I'm looking at the rest of our back line. Obviously, I'll move on to the goal we've conceded. It is a second half, but it's a silly one. Let's be honest. Virgil van Dijk has admitted that technically he's at fault. He says he heard Robbo shout, but obviously basically didn't take heed of it. Ends up kicking against him and it's an own goal against Robbo. I will say, I don't know why Robbo was on the pitch. I don't think it was a sub that was needed. I think it was a wasted sub. Tsimikas was playing absolutely fine. Didn't look tired. Unless we hear later on tomorrow, because we didn't hear anything in his post-match press conference about Tsimikas being injured, there was no need for that sub. And it's not even like the sub was made late. The sub was made relatively early into the second half, I'm being completely honest. He makes it on 60 minutes. There was no need. And Robbo made us worse, if I'm being completely honest. It didn't improve our performance. it downgraded our performance. I would say the same with Gakpo. Jota wasn't great, but I think it's about time we see Chiesa. I would much rather have seen Chiesa come on, play either up top or play left wing. But for some reason, he's just not. Slightly just not on it. He's not on bringing those guys on. Another person I thought we should have played today was Elliot. I'm one of Sabozda's biggest fans, but he's not in a good state right now. He's not playing well right now. So why not? Why not just we're 1-0 up at the time? Why not just give Elliot the minutes? Give him the minutes. Let him prove himself. Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah," because we're in the situation we're in now. Are they? They know they're going to win the league. Are they able to get up for it? Well, someone like Elliot will be up for it because he's not had many minutes. So every minute he plays on the pitch, it's going to be all about playing the best I can. Same with Chiesa. He's had hardly any minutes. So these guys are going to be hungry to perform, hungry to do what we need to do, as opposed to some of the other guys who may be a bit more jaded at the moment through season fatigue. So for me, wasn't too happy with Slot's performance today as the manager. I thought his subs weren't good at all. And I get it, taking I'm taking Bradley off for Quansah. Bradley can't play 90 minutes. It'd be ludicrous for him to play 90 minutes. But I don't know. He comes off after 68 minutes, which is he's probably red zoned by then. Don't want him getting injured. I want him playing the rest of the season. But unfortunately, it's possibly a case where we probably should have kept Jones on, put him right back, and then had the ball playing player there. Yes, it wasn't great last game. I admit that. But at home, it's a bit better. But at the same time, I guess when you got Kudus and guys like that running at him, maybe wasn't confident in that. But the problem is when you get Quansah playing right back, it's hoofing at times. It's not the same quality on the ball. He's good on the ball for a centre back, but not for a right back. If that makes sense. So I'm not going to sit here and say Quansah's the reason why we conceded and whatever. We conceded because Van Dijk and Robbo couldn't get their act together. But we conceded a lot of ball and a lot of possession. And I think a lot of that was down to the way Slot used these substitutes. So wasn't overly impressed with that, being completely honest with you. So I'm looking at how we've played today, and I'm happy. I'll move on to the second half. Our second half performance, it wasn't good. I'll tell you what it's reminded me of. It reminded me of when we played Wolves recently. Really good first half. And then second half, we didn't have a shot in the whole second half on goal. And we gave possession away and we gave confidence. And that's what we did to West Ham. They got possession, they got confidence, and it just wasn't a good look for us. I'll give credit to Wan-Bissaka when Kufar came on and he switched to left wing back, it affected Salah to a degree. Salah's touch just went down a lot in the second half. First half, really good. Second half, not so good. But his first half was good enough for him to still get a good score later on. But wasn't the best set of substitutions. So I look at the stats, like I said previously. Second half stats, we actually lost the ball. 61% possession to them, 39 to us. At Anfield, that's unacceptable. In any game, it's unacceptable, if I'm being completely honest. Unless you're playing against Man City or Chelsea, who are really, really high level and like that on the ball. But for us to have 61% possession in our second half is not good enough. Expected goals, we had 0.34, they had 0.73. Total shots are 6 to their 5. Both of us had 2 shots on target. And again, no big chances from us. They had 1 big chance and they missed it. So even the goal they scored obviously wasn't a big chance because it was an own goal. And accurate pass-wise, they beat us. First half we had more, second half they had more, as you can see on the screen here. So not impressed with how we played second half. I've often said we need to fix our first half because we're always good in the second half, and it just went full circle. We were not good in the second half, but we were good in the first half. But Van Dijk made up for his errors with a fantastic header. About time, to be honest. He needs to score more headers. He's such a threat from that position. He doesn't get enough headers. Doesn't get enough goals from that position. and neither does Konate, if I'm being completely honest. So it was well overdue. He messed up, and he got us out of jail. So really happy about that. So in the end, it may sound like I'm moaning, but yes, I know. Listen, we're 2 points closer to win. We're 2 games closer to win the title. We need 6 points. 13 points clear. It's been a fantastic season. Slot has had a fantastic season, but he needs to be called out for when he's messed up. And today he slightly messed up, but we got away with it. Really happy. Looking forward to the next game against Leicester, because as much as I think we're going to do it the hard way, as we always do, and that it might be a case where against Leicester we're going to win, but it's not going to be a comfortable win. Touch wood, it is. But today was all about the 3 points. I personally wanted 3 points and I wanted performance, because our performances have been down over the last 4 games. But at the end of the day, it's all about results. We got the 3 points and we're that bit closer to winning the league. So, as I said previously, I will do the play ratings now. Play ratings for me usually start around 6. Well, 5 is the baseline. Everyone starts with 5 and you move up to 6 just by playing the game. So we'll take it from there. I look at how I think the players have played. I check the websites as well. I check FootMob. I check SofaScore to compare the stats as well to see if I'm overrated and if I'm not overrated. But generally, the numbers I give are my own numbers. But I do look at other numbers out there to see, just to get a basis. But the numbers I do put down are my own numbers. So we start with Alisson. Personally, like I said, I gave Alisson my man in the match. I've given him an 8.5. Crucial saves, absolutely crucial saves in the game. And he's just the best in the world. I mean, he makes 4 saves. Really said 0.41 save accurate, preventing goals. That's what he was for XG. And it's just his presence. He acts as superkeeper once, 4 saves inside the box, and claims the ball. There's a 1 high claim as well. So really happy with how Alisson played today. Happy to have him back. He gets an 8.5 for me and he's our man of the match. Right back, we've got Conor Bradley. Really good performance from Conor Bradley. So happy he's back. I'd give him a 7.5. Strong on the ball. Won the most tackles today with 4. He just loves the tackle. That's one thing you can say about Conor Bradley. He loves the tackle. Doesn't shirk him, as we saw against Mbappe in the Champions League earlier this season. Does really good with that. Look at his duels. Ground duels, 5 out of 6 won, 83%. Really happy with that. And he wins 6 out of his 8 duels altogether. So good performance from him. Gets a 7.5. Konate, thought it was good today. He gets a 7. I look at it. Duels, 4. He wins 4 duels. Strong in the tackle as well today. 100% tackle percentage, 1 out of 1. Clearances, 5. Header clearances, 3. He was on job today. Performance was a lot better than the last 2 games he's played. So like I said, I've given him a 7. Massive, massive difference to the 4 I gave him last week. So I just want him to stay fit and to keep his consistency for the rest of the season. I'll move on to Van Dijk, who scored the winner. Be honest, without scoring today, he probably gets like a 5 because he's at fault for the goal. The goal would have dropped his level down considerably. Without that, he was probably on a 7 as well. But he gets the goal. He gets an 8 for me. Said completed the most passes today, 63. Duels today. Weirdly, he lost all these ground duels. 0 from 2, which never happens. But aerial duels, he's back on point today. 4 out of 4, 100%. So happy with that. Doesn't make a tackle, but has 6 clearances and 4 headed clearances in that. But he scores us the winning goal. And hopefully next week, as he said, we'll find out more next week. He'll be signing a 2-year extension as well as the same as Salah did. So happy with his performance today. Move on to Tsimikas. I don't understand why he was subbed. Thought he was having a good game. I've given him a 7. Like, just give him his chance. Accurate on balls, 3 out of 3, 100%. Tackles 100%, 1 out of 1. Duels, ground duels, 3 out of 6, 50%. But that's fair enough for me. But I don't get why he was subbed. unless we hear an injury, it was just a weird substitution. He could have played the 90 minutes. So I'll give him a 7. Move on to McAllister. McAllister gets an 8 as well. Thought he was fantastic. He's our best midfielder, and he has been. Gravenberch gets a lot of the limelight. He did early in the season because he was playing better than any of us had seen him playing in Liverpool shirt. For some people didn't really watch him at Ajax, so he's playing better than they've seen him play in his life. But Mac 10, as I call him, McAllister Mac 10, he was really good today. 8, close to getting man in the match. Some sites, I think Footmob gave him the man in the match. I think they gave him an 8.4. Hit the woodwork from one of his 4 shots today. It's not a great sign to hit the woodwork, but it was a good shot, if I'm to be honest. Duels, he won 7 of his duels today. Total ground duels, 6 out of 10. 60% happy with that. Did well with the assist for the corner as well. And he has 2 shots on target from his 4. So happy with his performance. You're never let down. His work rate is there. His consistency of being in the right position is there. It's really, really, really appreciate him. We'll move on to Gravenberch. He gets a 7.5 today. It was somewhere closer to his normal best. Happy with his performance. Again, with him, you look at his duels, 7 out of 11 duels, ground duels won. Happy with that. Can't really complain. Tackles, 2 out of 3. He was on job today. Second half, he had to do a lot of work, him and McAllister, but he did it. So really happy with his performance today, 7.5. I move on to Curtis Jones. It was quiet. Played 68 minutes. As always, he's always generally 96% in possession. 90% in possession. He gets 96, 43 out of 44 passes. I look at his duels. He was on the negative side. Well, 50-50. Wins 2 out of 4, but he loses the aerial duel. But it was a quiet game for him. Quiet game. Doesn't really do anything bad, but doesn't do enough to stand out. So he gets a 6.5 for me. I move on to Díaz, who was good again. I mean, he gets a goal, and I look at his last 3 games. He's probably been one of the only people that's actually had a good game in the last 3 games. So happy he gets a goal for us. Shots on target, 2 out of 4. Successful dribbles, 2 out of 2. Accurate crosses, 2 out of 3. Just happy with his performance. He's playing really well at the moment, and long may it continue. So I've given him a 7.5. Happy with his performance. Salah, first half, really good. Really, really good first half. Gets an assist, really good assist. Created the most chances for us today in the match. 3 chances created. Plays 85 minutes. Gets a rare 5-minute breather, or more than that because it was 7 minutes extra time. So he gets a rare breather towards the end of the game. But I'll be honest, second half, he was handled quite well by Wan-Bissaka, but he wasn't horrible. He just wasn't as involved as he was in the first half. I've given him a 7. Fullback 7.5 for the assist, but I'll go with 7 because I expect more from our star player. I move on to Jota up front. Again, not a great day. Gets subs in 60 minutes. He gets a 6. Just hasn't really found his form since he's come up from injury. Not many touches on the ball at all today. Accurate passes, 10 out of 15. Not great. 16 touches. Just didn't really get into the game. So you could argue he got a 5 really. I'm giving him a 5. He wasn't good today. Give him a 5. And now move on to our subs. Robbo wasn't happy with his performance today. He gets a 4.5. Just didn't improve us. It was a negative performance from him. I'm being completely honest. Didn't see why he came on. He wasn't needed. I'll move on to Gakpo. Again, it wasn't great. He gets a 5.5. Came on. Doesn't seem to be right still since his injury. It was flying before he got injured, and hasn't come back on point yet. So yeah, he gets a 5.5. Jiro Quansah wasn't horrible, but just did a basic job. Just got in positions and did what he needed to do in that regards. I give him a 6. So Bosley, nothing bad, nothing good. He gets a 6 as well. Really needs to find form. I rate him highly and really want him to be the guy that I think he can be, and he has been in certain games, but he's just not consistent. Endo comes on 85 minutes. Endo does what Endo does, commits fouls, runs into people, but always busy, and helps us keep control of the game, if I'm being completely honest. Didn't really win any tackles, didn't win any duels. So I've given him a 5 as well. But he was just busy. He was busy. So that's it for me today. Bit of a longer one today. Thought we played well in the first half, poorly in the second half, but VVD rectified his mistake, gets us the winner. I'm giving Slot a review today. I've given Slot a 5. Or maybe even a 4. Giving him a 4. Don't think his subs were good today. But we won. So, in general, happy because we won the game. 2 more wins and the title's ours. If Arsenal drop points, then it's less. Please, Arsenal drop points. But yeah, it's coming home. League title number 20 is coming home. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. And also hit that notification button. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.